Welcome, everyone, and welcome to Volume 2 of the ETN podcast with Chris Gorman. This episode, we're going to talk about the ETN ecosystem. I don't really think everyone fully understands what the ETN ecosystem really means when we're talking about electronium.
It's much faster, too, and more convenient. I love using it.
I know how businesses work, I think there was a comment on one of the videos saying, "Oh, he's done 80 deals with others. Why can't he do one for electronium?" We've got a lot of deals done, so don't worry. It's about making sure that they're right. And look, it's not about taxing at the moment. It's about It's about embracing and regulating. It's about being able to be, seen as a benefit. And any government that's looking at the moment in terms of the legislating and legalizing, then we're starting the conversation. Because we'll take the crap, we'll take the beatings, but we'll still get up there and walk out. And we'll do the next deal. We'll do the next deal because it doesn't matter. We know what we're doing. It really does resonate with me at the moment. Is everyone talks about what's next, what's the next big thing, what's the I've got the next big thing and now I just need the customer. And he said at the time, don't focus on the next big thing, focus on what you have now, focus on what's not going to change. And his statement at that stage was, our customers want a better price, they want fast delivery, and they want vast choice.
Well, you guys have become a category of one. There's this clear separation now. If you take a look, we have easy to download app, so it's easy to get, easy to use. We earn rewards, but we comply with money laws around the world in different countries.
We'll succeed because we were driven by, how we bring benefits to each and every group that we look at. We're coming in from a regulated point of view. We're not an alternative currency. We're an additive. It's about helping that domestic marketplace, about being able to earn a lot more. Interestingly, Philippines, I think, have got 6 or 7 different initiatives for freelancers. The government there have been trying to help freelance organizations to bring in digital work into the country. So all of a sudden we start ticking a lot of the boxes, and we sit alongside. But there's an acceptance already of something. It's much easier to add to that. So it needs to be more than just a tick in a box. It needs to be something that people. It doesn't matter. Where you are in this world, if it's not going to be useful, you're not going to use it. Giving them the ability to earn themselves, to work out the poverty, that's special. And that didn't care about the tech. They didn't care about the font. They cared about what mattered to them. And part of me says, and I really believe we're on the right track here. Having gone through that .com, 99% of the companies, focus on the 1% who wanted everything. 1% of the companies, I think 6 companies came out of that period, and look, one of them's become the world's biggest. So it certainly made them resilient, and I learned a lot through that process. We're making the tough decisions. We're driving it through. We're thinking about everything that has to happen. We're thinking about the custodial of the coins. How there are certain things we have to do when institutions come in. There's certain things we're going to have to do with other governments. We're now trying to work through. We've been talking to a number of companies about volatility for the retailer and how we can solve that. And there are ways you can do that. So because we're looking at it properly, because we're looking at it sensibly, because we've been here and run business before, we understand the need. That starts opening up a lot of different doors. They stop believing the false realities that they see out there. And then look, we haven't got to clean everything down. People can say what they want because we know when the time's right. With Electronium, there's a reason for an ecosystem. Find that money does not sit by itself. Money flows. So there has to be an ecosystem for money, because you don't just take it and sits there. At the moment, a lot of digital money, people get it or they buy it and then they transfer it to somebody else and it goes back out again. So it's still a small ecosystem. What we're looking at is much more about being a circulatory ecosystem, whereby somebody is able to get it in the hands to begin with. And one of the most important things for anybody to adapt to change or to want to use something is they've got to try it, they've got to sample it.
Said it's not just about transferring it peer to peer. You have to be able to spend it. You have to be able to use it for different reasons. And if you create that money velocity, that in itself creates so much value, because it's a supply and demand. There's
charity. We are also, there's been a lot of comments about charities and should we do charity. So we're putting together a program. It'll probably be in January launch, but we've started talking to some of the very large charities who really make an impact in financial inclusion.